Hey, how's it going, everybody? Just wanted to jump on and do a quick update on Bitcoin. Had a or we in the process of having a really massive up day. Um, Today is October 21st. It's right about 5 p.m. here in Montana, and you can see the chart I have up right now is the weekly chart, and you can just see how big this weekly candle is massive. Um, so far, looks like it's up about 1,500, $1,600, something like that. Maybe even a little more. It's almost at the high of the day right now. Looks like high was at, yeah, just set high of the day, 13,199. It opened at 11. This weekly candle opened at 11,517. Um, but you can, I mean, that's a massive weekly candle. Just on the day, I'll switch to the daily chart in a second and show how much we're up for the day. But um, I just wanted to show the weekly so you can see this June 2019 high right here, which was at 13,764. Um, as I've said in other videos, I think that would be a real important milestone to surpass this high and take this high out. Um, like that would be real important. And it's actually, I mean, getting close. Only what, like 500 and something, about $500 away or so. So it's and Bitcoin can push up that much in a pretty big hurry. It is getting, in my opinion, it is getting kind of extended though right now on several of the different time frames. Um, so I mean, who knows with Bitcoin though? It could keep pushing, but it seems like at some point it's going to have to take a break, and it could pull back some, or maybe just take a break and kind of consolidate and get into a kind of a sideways pattern for a bit to let the moving averages all catch up. Um, but if you look at, all the moving averages are all slanted in upward direction, which is nice to see. Um, Let me just switch over to the daily just to give you an idea. I mean, look at this. This is the daily candle. I mean, there was this one back here in July that was almost as big. Let me see. This one opened at about 99.50 and saw a high. So it was about a 15 from the open, which was almost the low, and the high. I mean, that's almost a $1,500 candle. This one so far, let's see what was the low, 11,910. So yeah, we're getting looks like we're right about $1,300 or so. So that's, I mean, that's just a massive candle. Looks like we're kind of at high of the day. I think it just set another high of the day, 13,220. So this is, as I've showed in other videos, this is the drop. This is August. This is the drop right at the beginning of September, and then September kind of was sideways to slightly up because it was recovering. But then just after, like after the first week of October, it really started. You can see it started coming up here and just kind of crawling up the seven. This is the daily 7 EMA. It just started crawling up there, and then today it just exploded. Um, I think there was a variety of good news that came out. Um, so I think that's definitely helping. I know there was one one article or some news that came out with PayPal, and I think it's Venmo that the other payment service, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, PayPal owns. And there was the news article that came out that PayPal's starting to embrace crypto, which would be massive. So I'm sure that's helping drive it up higher. So you can see, yeah, it's starting to get a pullback right now. Switch to the hourly. Yeah. So we had this 1 hourly candle that pushed up quite a bit. Now it's retracing almost all the way. It's one of the first. I mean, if you look all through today, it's one of the first decent pullbacks. There was a couple here where it would kind of pause and pull back slightly or go sideways just to get back to the 7 EMA and then continue higher. So you can see it was getting pretty extended up here. So now it's kind of pulling back closer to the 7 EMA. So we'll see what it does from here. Could pull back more, who knows? Or just like I said, kind of move sideways for a bit. Because when you go to the longer time frames like the daily, you can see the 7 EMAs down here at 11,938. And so there's about $1,000 difference between where the 7 EMA is and where the price of Bitcoin is right now. So that's pretty, in my opinion, that's extended pretty far. So need to give time for these, even though they're really curling, almost going vertical now, but they're going to need time to catch up. So it seems to me that there's going to need to be some kind of a pause to give them time. But I mean, it's really good. I mean, just today took out this mid-August high and getting really close to this June 2019 high. I would be really super surprised if it did it today or even tomorrow. I think it might have to have a period of consolidation here for just a bit and then try to break this high, 13,764. So Bitcoin looking super strong. Got Ethereum looking good also. Got a nice big daily candle. It actually pushed above this resistance I have marked, which I've got it at 396 in that area, but that's not super precise. It's in that. There's probably a zone of resistance in that, anywhere from like 395 to 400. 400 is a pretty big psychological number. You can see back here it's had problems with it. Pushing up and staying above it. So now it did push above. Today got up to 402. This is Kraken's price for Ethereum, and it got up to 402.23. But now it's also pulling back. Looks like Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit more. See, on the hourly, now it's getting a pretty decent pullback. But if you look at the 4 hour, I mean, you can see the 7 EMA on the 4 hours still way down at like 12,480. So still on the 4 hour it's extended, and then as you go up in the into longer time frames, it's even more extended. So I can't see it. It's got somewhere in here it's got to pause and consolidate for a bit, which That's what Ethereum's doing too. You can see it's pulled back now, but it did pop above 400, so it's hopefully it can just kind of consolidate here and then make another run and push above and stay above 400. See, the dollar continues to drop. It had dropped back here through the summer, was kind of in a downtrend, and bottomed in this area here like August, September. This low here is right at the end of August. And then got this run up here that peaked on September 24th. Since then, it's been trending back down again. So we'll have to see this 93 level. You can see here on these days, there was some support. Yesterday it came down to it, it bounced off it, and closed above it, but now it's it failed and it's dropped below it, and it's below all these lows from these candles here. So we'll see what I mean, this low, like I said, this is low at the end of August. It was 91.74, so not a whole heck of a lot left to go to possibly take out that low. I mean, I would expect it to take maybe a week or so if it keeps. I mean, here it's accelerating the drop quite a bit, so I mean, if it keeps accelerating at this pace, I mean, it could take it out in a few days. So we'll just have to wait and see. But that kind of helps the price of Bitcoin too, having a weaker dollar. Looking at CoinGecko, as you can imagine, there's quite a bit of green. This first column here, this is hourly. Over the last 24 hours, you can see most of them are up. Some pretty significantly. So that's good to see. And then as far as the stock market, it was a real choppy day. It opened up strong and then rolled over, bounced around, tried to recover later in the day, and then going into the close, just kind of took a dive. Ended up, all three indexes ended up red, not by a ton, 0.3 or so of a percent, so not by a whole lot, but they did end up red. So I guess there was news that the COVID stimulus, the second round of stimulus, could be, or I think Nancy Pelosi came out and said that she doesn't expect anything till after the election. So I think there was some hopes in the market that something could get done before then. But it looks like now it's probably going to be after the election, which I thought anyway. I didn't see either side coming to an agreement before the election. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to come on and just because of this massive push today higher with Bitcoin, I just wanted to come on and just do a quick update on what I was seeing. So we'll just have to watch and see over the next few days what this does. But looking pretty good. I think it's, like I said, I think it's definitely due for a pullback or consolidation. Just let everything reset and then maybe try to take out this June 2019 high, maybe later this week or something. So I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else that I'm forgetting. So everybody take care, and I'll see you in the next video.